Hello and welcome to GameRules.com. My name is Mark, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play the newest iteration of Uno from Mattel called Uno Show 'em No Mercy. Let's dive in and learn how to play. Uno Show 'em No Mercy plays just like the classic Uno. You must match color, number, or symbol when playing a card to the discard pile. But in this edition of the game, there are 4 special rules and 6 new action cards added to really make this game ruthless. There are also 2 ways to win this time around. You can win the traditional way by getting rid of all the cards from your hand, or you can knock out all of your opponents. As always, when you're down to your final card, do not forget to say Uno. To set up the game, pick a dealer, shuffle the cards, and deal out 7 cards to each player. The rest of the cards are placed face down in the center of the table. This is called the draw pile. Flip over the top card of the draw pile and place it face up to form the discard pile. If you flip over an action card, put it on the bottom of the deck and flip over the next one. You need to start with a card that is just a number. Now the player left of the dealer goes first. On your turn, you're trying to play a card from your hand to the discard pile. That card must match in color, number, or action. If the card is an action card, the action must be completed. If you do not have a matching card, you must draw cards from the draw pile until you draw a card that you can play. Then, play that card. Once your turn is over, play passes to the next player. If you ever get to the point where there are no cards left in the draw pile, shuffle up the discard pile and begin a new draw pile. As you play, the moment you get down to 1 card in your hand, you must say Uno. If someone beats you to it and shouts Uno before the next player takes their turn, you must draw 2 cards as a penalty. To win the game, be the first player to empty your hand, or be the last player remaining with all of your opponents knocked out of the game. That's it for the basics of play. Let's move on to the power cards. First of all, you can stack draw cards in this game. There are many draw cards. We have +2, +4, +6, and +10. You can stack these penalty cards by playing a draw card from your hand of equal or higher value. So if the person before you plays a draw 2, you can play a draw 2 or higher. Once it's a player's turn and they're unable to continue the stack, they must draw the total number of penalty cards that all of the draw cards add up to. Now, with a growing hand size in mind, as we're talking about drawing cards, if a player ever has 25 or more cards in their hand, they are knocked out of the game. They set aside their hand of cards until the draw pile runs out and needs to be reshuffled. Let's go ahead and look at all the special action cards now. In this game, special actions are assigned to 7s and 0s. 7s are swap cards. When you play a 7, of any color, you must swap your hand with another player of your choice. Play then continues in current order. When a 0 is played, all players pass their hand 1 person in the direction of play. So if play is going clockwise, everybody passes their hand 1 person to the left. If play is going counterclockwise, everybody passes their hand 1 person to the right. Each color also has action cards. First, we have the draw 2. Of course, when this is played, the next player must draw 2 cards and they lose their turn. Next, we have the skip card. When played, the next player loses their turn. Then we have the discard all card. Discard all the cards in your hand that match the color of the discard all card. Place the extra cards under the discard all card. Draw 4 means the next player must draw 4 and they lose their turn. Reverse card changes the direction of play. So if play was moving clockwise, it now moves counterclockwise and vice versa. And the skip everyone card, you guessed it, skips all other players, and whoever played this card gets to go again. Now let's move on to the wild cards. First, we've got the wild reverse draw 4 card. This reverses the direction of play, and then the next player who has to go must draw 4 cards and lose a turn. Be careful if you're playing a 2-player game, because this skips the other player and makes you draw 4 cards. You may use this card when stacking to send the penalty back to the other player. So even if you're stacking, this draw 4 changes the direction of play. Then we've got the wild draw 6 card. The next player must draw 6 cards and lose a turn. The wild draw 10 card makes the next player draw 10 cards and they lose their turn. And then you have the wild color roulette card. The next player chooses a color. After that, they must reveal cards one at a time from the draw pile until they get a card of that color. Wilds do not count. Then they add all the revealed cards to their hand and lose their turn. And that's how to play Uno Show 'em No Mercy. Now, most people might just play a single round and call that a game. Shuffle up, pass the deal, and play again. However, like with all versions of Uno, there is a way to play multiple rounds and keep score. For this version of Uno, the first player to reach 1,000 points wins the game. How do you earn points? Well, whoever empties their hand first, or whoever's the last one to survive the round, because everybody else has been knocked out, earns points based on the cards that are remaining in their opponent's hands. Any number cards are worth the value of the number on the card. All action cards like draw 2s and skip alls and reverses will earn 20 points per card. And all wild cards are worth 50 points per card. Now, if any players were knocked out that round, they don't have any cards left in their hand because their hand was turned over to the dealer to be used for the draw pile. But the person who wins the round will earn 250 points for every player that was knocked out. And again, the first person to reach 1,000 points wins the game. And that is Uno Show 'em No Mercy. I really, really like this iteration of the game. It's got a great mix of classic, really common house rules and new ideas. And I think this is the direction that Mattel needs to keep going. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep on playing.